Buenos dias, amigos. Thank you, Dar, for making this opportunity available to me, and greetings, everyone, and a Merry Christmas to you all. I understand that even though this is not December, you will be watching this in December. Just to give you an update of my health, I'm doing really good. I've had opportunity to take time out this year. The Asian Pacific leaders have picked up the tab of a lot of my responsibilities and given me the freedom to focus on myself and my health. I just had my blood pressure tested a few minutes ago at my GP. I'm 143/83, which is pretty good according to him. I'd like it to be a little lower, but if I take more medication, I'll just sleep all the time. So we're getting a good balance as I work through an exercise program, losing weight, and just focusing on getting better. My heart hasn't caused me any major trouble. Haven't had to go back to emergency in the last 8 months, and I'm able to keep up to pace with Kel Steiner when he does his afternoon walks. So that'll give you an idea about how good I'm doing. This month for me is 42 years ago. I was in Port Moresby in the month of December, and Kalafi Moala was heading out to go back to Australia, and he told me to trust God or die. And as you can see, I didn't kick the bucket yet, at least. But I was reading recently in a number of publications of bases, YWAM bases and DTSs starting up all over the place in areas that I've never heard of. Just recently, the place where I was born, a team here in Australia, has started a base there, and this year they will have a DTS running there. It's a fascinating phenomenon that we still see this amazing vision of God working right across the planet with young people hungry to get involved and get engaged. J.I. Packer just wrote in his last writings, and he posed a question during the article that he was writing, and he asked the question, what would the population in 300 years' time look back to today and consider as one of the greatest phenomenon for change, particularly compared to, say, 50 years ago? And of course, we think in terms of some technological answer or some computer type thing, the World Wide Web or something of that nature. He actually says the great change between today and 50 to 60 years ago is the phenomenon of options. That there are so many options available to young people today, they don't really know what to actually commit to. His suggestion in terms of helping youth to prepare for today was that we should offer the youth of today, after their high school graduation, at least a 2-year experience where they can serve some place on the planet without any remuneration whatsoever. And as they commit to serve without remuneration, the gifts that they have been given by God will manifest, and they'll be able to discover something of themselves that they probably wouldn't understand otherwise. Having read that, I feel so encouraged to be celebrative and non-apologetic about offering young people the YWAM experience. In 1969, I was just a Christian, just over 12 months. While it left me there without any support, I had received $10 from my mother. That was the first and last $10 I ever received as a remittance from her. Not that she wasn't generous with me, and not that I hadn't received other things from my father. I had received a a gift from him in 40 years of $1,500, which he gave to all of our family, and I received a loan from him. But I'm trying to help you understand the predicament that I was in there in 1969, a young Christian, alone, being left by my leader to face circumstances that were nigh on impossible. That became for me, is that my really you God experience. Is that, and I think that the phenomenon that is clearly illustrated in the book of that title is something that we should be offering youth all over the world. Every YWAM, every DTS student, every DTS should have its own is that really you God experience. For me in those days it was, is that really you God? Now for some of us it can be, is that really you God? And nevertheless we need to have it. So Packer is picking up on something here. You know, if I was just 10 years older, the only option I would have was to be a pig and potato farmer. That's it. And if it wasn't for Lauren Cunningham, and if it wasn't for Dar, who proposed the option that you and I enjoy today, I don't know what a generation would have done without that proposal. I thank God for it. I think that if I had my time over again, I think I would put a lot more time into multiplying DTSs across the planet, and to also multiplying the sustainability of the quality of those DTSs. I think that the movement called Doctors Without Borders is a movement that we should tap into from the point of concept. I think that sometimes that we are trying to disciple people by putting borders around their life. I'd like Youth with a Mission to become youth without any borders. Now remember, I didn't say youth without any boundaries. Boundaries have to do with discipleship. I would love that there would be less borders, appropriate boundaries, and that we would be participants in the promoting of this great wave of youth that is yet to flood the earth as the waters cover the sea. I trust as you gather this December that you'll remember that there was a young guy, 22-year-old, 11 months a Christian, who was given an opportunity, whose restrictions of trust were taken away, and I was allowed to discover God for myself and allowed to prove Him in the circumstances of impossibility. Let's be that kind of a people as we elder the generations of the future. May you have a wonderful Christmas, and may God speak with you as you confer together. It's been great to have this opportunity to chat. God bless you, and have a great time.